Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, let's discuss about item resolver. In the last two videos, we did discuss about item buckets and how to customize the link URL generation for the item bucket. But there is one extra piece there, like whenever you want to customize the URLs, generating the URLs is one. Second thing is resolving that URLs. Because whenever we are mentioning the URL here in the browser, Sitecore picks up this URL and based on the path, based on the site definition and based on the item route, all these things, it will try to resolve what item we are trying to hit or which page. So which page item we are trying to hit. But now if you notice that this is a home page, if you open the last lecture, URL is coming as what we have expected, like so we have modified books and the last lecture, but there is no last lecture item under the books. So that's the reason it is telling document not found. So this is what it is. But we have to, as we don't have that item, we have to customize the URL resolving as well. So the item resolving, so that item will be fetched. And for that, now we'll go to show config.aspx. We have to check the item resolver. So let me just check item resolver. Yeah, so there is an item resolver. So all these items will be resolved. I mean to say this is a HTTP request processor. Just HTTP request begin. Where is that? Yep. So okay, all these are pipelines. So I don't if you go up and yeah, so this is a pipelines. So there is an initialize pipeline, there is a shutdown pipeline, and there is an initialize manager, there is a get session ID manager, processor request, has presentation. Pipelines are nothing but a collection of processors, and each processor will have some steps. And ideally for a developer point of view, you will have one, class is mapped and one method gets triggered when this processor is getting executed in simple terms. So you notice that there is a pipeline and HTTP request begin. So whenever we are hitting that URL, it comes to this HTTP request begin, and there are like a lot of these processors will run. And our main thing here is item resolver. So this is what considers that full item. So whenever we are browsing sitecore-demo.local, it should know that it should fetch the home item, because it will hit the home item and it fetch the presentation details. So that's how it knows. How it does it know? It know based on the site definition, how we have configured the URL and what is the root of the item. So that's how it is configured. And if you go to another one, it will be similar, just that under home what it will be. So project, so like that. Similarly, it will try to work our last lecture, but it will not be able to resolve. So we have to do some customization here at this point, item resolver. Further is, let's go and create one custom item resolver and do the config patching and everything. Let me just close all of this. So let's just open here and collapse. So custom code, yeah, let me put here itself one more class. Again, we have to inherit a class and just override some methods, or not override, yeah. Custom item resolver. Custom item resolver. So what we need to do is we need to inherit from that HTTP request processor. Yeah, here Sitecore, we are trying to add a processor to HTTP request. So this is what it is, and obviously you need to, so this is the main one we want to override process. So whenever this processor is executing, it just go and hits the process. So now what we need to do, that we need to resolve that item. So let's just go, and first thing is we need to check whether already item is present or not in the current context. That means already item is it identified. For which it will identify? For all the normal items it will identify the item. I mean, sorry, for all the normal items, whatever these other than bucketable items, it will go with the normal process. In the item resolver processor itself, it will find the item. So next thing is we need to get the URL first. So this will go in if item is not resolved in the item resolver process. So we need to check now whether is this part of a bucket, or is this URL is I mean bucketable item or something else. So for this you need to get where I need to get the URL first. Request URL and args dot URL dot item path. So we are getting the item, and I need to fetch the last so let me just pull this. So this is what it is. Forget about all this. I'm getting this sorry, I'm getting the books last lecture. So now what we need to do is, this request URL will have this books and last lecture, but the last lecture we need to omit, I mean for now, and get this books and try to find out, is this a bucketable item? I mean, sorry, is this the item bucket? Is this the item bucket? Then that means, okay, we need to form the we need to search this URL here. So for that, index, and first we are checking whether this whole I mean, is there any other request also part of this? So, and request URL, last index of okay, if index greater than 0, then I'm just bucket path equal to request URL dot substring I'm just trying to strip off this last lecture so that I get this books. Now I need to get the item. So where bucket item args dot get item. So now I can pass the bucket path, and I need to find out now whether this bucket item is not null, and is it a bucket item. Not equal to null. And remember from that bucket manager dot, already we added the NuGet reference. If not, you need to add the package for Sitecore item buckets, Sitecore buckets. So let's just go here, bucket manager is bucket, and we are checking is this is a bucket item or not. If this is a bucket item, if this is a bucket item, then do our okay, then consider this and maybe try to resolve our item. Now we need to get his item name, which is this path, the last lecture. Item name equal to substring index plus 1 dot replace, and I did replace that hyphen, and what we are trying to do is, using this item name, we need to get the we need to fetch the item. So if it is following all these conditions, so but catch here is, remember from the, okay, I guess I do have those exchange or those methods. We did check these, right? Item by ID, you can fetch item by ID, you can fetch item by path. But is there any method here where can you fetch an item by name? Let's just see here. See, all the overloaded methods: path, ID, item ID, path, item ID, path, URI, all these things. Either you need a path or you need an ID, but all we have is item name. So how do we fetch it? So you can write that Sitecore queries and all, but rather I'm going to use a content search API, which is search. It's okay if you're not getting full hang of it, because in later videos we will in depth discuss about whole search concept and how we can write this and what is the meaning of this. So I already wrote, for now let me just copy out this. What we are doing is we are trying to fetch. So yeah, I wrote it now, search context, and we are just passing. And again, it's a bad practice. We should not send the index name directly. We should get the index resolver is there, but ignore it for now. Just our whole concept is not to understand this content search, to mainly resolve the item. So get query will, okay, I need whenever I want to use a content search, I need to go and fetch this content search API NuGet package. So let me go to the NuGet package. Sorry, yeah, make sure it is all, and you can search with Sitecore content search. Yeah, so there is a content search available. Yeah, this is what it is. And remember 10 update 1, sorry, 10.1, not update 1. Update 1 is the latest one. Okay, it is installing, and just accept. Once it install, we can go back here and just mouse over this. You can add this using content search. Search result item is of this, and this is new ID. So what we are comparing is, let me just give you brief here. So we are querying, you can consider this as a SQL queries, whereas SQL query we are hitting the database and getting the results. Here this is a Solr query, hitting the Solr and getting it. For this we need to pass some parameters. Okay, what you are trying to fetch. What I am asking is, go and hit this Sitecore web index, maybe consider it as a table, and just search for this name, item name, wherever this name is matched, and also check the template ID. This all these last lecture and all these are of book template ID. Let me fetch the template ID. So let me go here and get the ID of the template so that we can match. And yeah, we can also pass other clauses, but just ignore for now. And first or default, yeah, just okay, it has come up. So if I go here, yeah, books, I want to search because I need ID. Not happen, just slow. come on. Okay, let it load. I just go and fetch directly from here. In the projects I have a page templates. Yeah, it loaded finally now. So here it is, the template. This is the book template. I'm just going to fetch this and paste it here. Excuse me. Execution code is defined in assembly. That is okay. There is another assembly or another NuGet package we are missing, which is already here. Content search and .linq. So we need to add this as well and make sure to select the proper one. I accept. So now this should be okay. I mean, search context is like opening that index and going and trying to fetch by comparing item name as well as template ID. Don't worry, in later videos we'll in-depth discuss about whole content search API and as well as working with Solr. It has huge concepts, and first default, and if this result has given some value, I mean that means it has fetched item. That means you can go and get set the context item as result.getItem. So finally what item resolver or our custom item resolver need to do is it need to fetch a item and set it this context.item. Remember, this is how we were accessing context.item as well. So if you go here, Sitecore context.item, yeah, some places, yeah, that's fine. Anywhere if you want to add, I mean you can fetch like Sitecore context and it will have an item. Item means the current page it is. So save this. Let me just build and check whether no compile time issues. Okay, build is fine. Now, I mean, this part we have done, but we need to make sure this has gone to, I mean, again, same work, like we need to patch this from the configuration. So let me just create new configuration. Again, I'm lazy. I'll just copy and paste. Okay. Custom item resolver. Okay, let me just do one thing. I need to close everything of this. Okay, so now we have Sitecore, and remember from the here we need to Sitecore and type is this pipelines. We need to give this pipelines. And what we are trying the processors, right? So we are trying our HTTP request begin. So HTTP request begin. Yeah, HTTP request begin is done. Now next thing what we are trying to do is item resolver, right? Our item resolver is somewhere here. Yeah, we need to patch a processor after item resolver, because item resolver will take care of normal all the items. So if it is not resolved here, if item is not found, that means we are patching our custom code. Okay, in the normal conditions the code didn't find the item. Okay, I'm adding extra conditions. Okay, check these conditions as well. If it not find, then it's okay, but if this is a bucketable relate item, maybe in my custom code it will find the item. So that means we need to patch this after this processor. So we can use patch after. So for this, okay, let me just use this processor and processor, sorry, I need to remove this, and again same way I need to add it. Let me just copy it from custom item resolver or custom link provider Sitecore because everything is same, just the item this I need to copy. I need to change. Because we are not doing patch instead, we are trying to do it. Existing process should go as it is, but we are only doing after. So this is done here, and next is patch after equal to, and processor. The next is, if you go here, type equal to, yeah, remember at the rate we missed last time, yeah, but it is there. And now I need to copy this this type, because this is the way it will identify. Okay, process sidecar custom code custom link provider. Sorry, I need to copy paste issues, but navigation controller package config, I need to copy the custom item resolver. Okay, and custom item resolver and custom code, this all is fine. So now this will go under patch after. So let me close this and build once again. You don't need set namespace, but they already added it, just keep it as it is. And I'm just going to push this. Let's see if our processor will come in, and let me reload this. Okay, it has been loaded. So you can observe here that okay, here item resolver, we are patching it after. So our code also came in Sitecode demo project MVC custom code, and you can also see patch source is custom item resolver. If you have any doubt like from where this patch is coming, you can see the patch source custom item resolver config. And let's go and see. Let me reload this. So the last lecture, we have not changed anything related to that link provider. We have already done that part and we already tested this. Now let me just right click and open this. Previously it was failing because the document not found. Let's see. Okay, now it has worked. Obviously you can't tell much here because all the books have only basic layout, header and footer, all the static one. As I said, like I have not created any book related component, but let's verify with the debug. So I'll just put the debug here, or I'll just put not equal to null. So otherwise it will be little difficult every time it will hit. Cdev local. So now if I go to the boost last lecture, you can notice URL item path. So full path it is coming, item path. So the home, books, last lecture. Now the next is obviously we are trying to strip up the last ones. So let me just go bucket path. So you get that Sitecore content builders home books. So you know that if we have the path, we can get the item. So already there is a way, it's args is there. So HTTP request args, using that we can get the item. So if you go here, you already got the bucket item, which is a books, and books obviously is the bucket. So then it will go to the inside, and let's strip off the item name will be the last lecture. Now we also need to get this. So result, and result is the last lecture, template name, book, version, and all these things. So if you go and check in this, now if you notice context.item is having the last lecture item. So it will contain all the related. So that's how we locate the item here. So now let's just move. So now we can say that okay, this has found the last lecture. Now it's all item buckets concept is covered. So first is, let me just stop this. First we have done is marking the parent as a item bucket, which is a root of it, and inside items are bucketable items. Then they will turn as a hidden items, and it will have a lot of folders and folder paths in place, so that it will be easy for content authors to search and manage. Now second piece is, but even though the URL by default Sitecore will have a URL of full item path, full item path, except that whatever is defined in the site definition. So that's how it comes, but we want to customize for SEO friendly. So we have created that custom URL. And third point to that is, we have to make sure that the custom URL is, whenever we are browsing that custom URL, it should fetch that proper item. So that's also we did by using custom item resolver. So that sums up the item buckets concept here. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you next time.